Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Deanna Mate. On this week's episode, we got a bunch of football highlights for you guys, and also we got the privilege of talking to Coweta Tigers starting quarterback, Kylan Starks. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Did I get the pronunciation right? Did I do you good?
Yeah, you got it right.
All right. Hey, man, like I said, people have been messing up my name for a long time, so I know when they see that comma in there, they're fond of that. Let's go into that for our first question. What's the weirdest pronunciation you've heard of your name?
Probably Nikalin.
Nikalin?
That's what I get a lot. It's not really weird. It's just what I get a lot.
Okay. But as long as they get the Starks right, they see the name on the back of their jersey, they're good.
Yeah.
All right. So how's the season been going for you thus far?
The season has been really fun. It's been good. We're undefeated right now, so it's really fun.
All right. Before we get into the hard-hitting football questions, you mind if I let the audience get to know you outside of the football field?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. First question, man. Favorite number?
Number 23. My favorite number.
You got it because I know you rock the jersey number 6 on the football field. The 23 has got to be what, the basketball number or something?
Yeah, it was my freshman and sophomore year, and I didn't get to play junior year because I tore my ACL. So it's been my number in basketball for forever.
And why the number 23? I mean, is it all about the best player on the team's got to rock the Jordan and LeBron number, or what's?
It's just Jordan, my favorite player, and I watch a lot of Jordan, so that's why I wear 23.
So, but you do know LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, right?
Jordan on top.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite sport?
Basketball for sure.
Why is
basketball? I think it just brings out more of my personality in basketball. I don't know. It's just something about the hardwood. I really like basketball. I don't know.
All right, so go ahead and describe your personality. What type of individual are you outside of the football field?
I would say you always see me with a smile on my face for sure. Laughing. If you see me with my teammates, we definitely gonna be laughing and giggling. I'm just, I like to make people happy around me. I like to be happy. And I also like make everyone better around me. So if I can help you have a better day, that's going to make me have a better day.
All right. Last question. If you could say, I know the name is kind of complicated for some people. So what do your friends normally call you outside of your first and your government name?
We got a couple. We got Kylan, and then the one that they just play around and try to make fun of me, they say Kai Kai.
Kai Kai?
Yeah.
Which one of those do you not like?
Kai Kai for sure. I ain't rocking with that name.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. When we come back, we'll talk to my man about everything that's going on this season for the Coweta Tigers. We'll be right back here on Ford High School Week. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. Now, the Coweta Tigers are undefeated on the football season. One of the main reasons, my guy, Kylan Starks. Kylan's here. Kylan, now, what is it like to be on an undefeated team this late in the season right now on the high school football schedule?
It feels good. We just want to keep having fun. We still got some areas to get better in. Never too good. So undefeated, it doesn't really mean anything. We want to be undefeated come November time. So right now we just keep winning, but we just really want to be undefeated once November hits, and from November on.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take it back a little bit for you individually. You said that your favorite sport is basketball, but what made you get into athletics as a youngster, man? Like football, basketball. How did it all start for you?
So there was this Maybe center called the West Maybe, and first all my family members are in sports, so that also made me want to play sports. But when I was younger, I went to this place called the West Maybe, and there was this coach named Coach James who signed me up, and my grandma didn't know if she was for sure gonna let me play, but he talked her into it. So it really started at the West Maybe for me.
So with that being the case, so what sport was it initially? Was it basketball at
My
first?
my first sport was football because
Yeah.
football comes first at the West Baby before basketball does. I played kindergarten. I played up with the first graders.
Wow. So you've been playing with the older kids from the very beginning, huh?
Yes.
So what was that like, and why? So was that the reason for the hesitation from your grandma to allow you to play?
Yeah, because I was a smaller, very smaller than the first graders, so she didn't know. She thought I was gonna get hurt or something.
I mean, you can't blame her. You got to always
Yeah.
watch out for for your youngins. So, with that being said, what was the reason that you did want to play, and why have you stuck with it so long?
I think it's just in my family, family sport. Everyone plays football. I think it's like that for a lot of people, honestly, too. But uh, it's it teaches some really good lessons in life, other than just football. It depends like who your coach is, I guess. But I've always had some pretty great coaches that helped me with not just football but in life.
So, what made you really? You mentioned all your family members. It's a family sport, and y'all all play football. But so, who are those individuals that played that encourage you to do the same thing?
Yeah, all my uncles play football and my brothers play football. So once you got people that are older than you in your family, you're gonna want to do the same things that they did when they were younger. So it really just pushed me to be better than them at football. So that's really what it was.
All right. So, with that being the case, what are they saying about all the success that you're having?
So they still pushing me, push me every day to be my best. I actually have a brother that's the same age as me in the living room right now. So
What's that like to have a brother that you can kind of compete with and be on the same team with?
I'm pretty sure you guys know him by Mason Ford. That's my brother. So
Really?
yeah, that's my
Okay.
brother. So like it's pretty good, having a competition every once in a while. We're on the same team, so we don't compete too much unless it's we're going against each other in practice or something. But off the field, we just try to help each other get better, encourage one another, and correct mistakes. That's pretty much it. But it's fun.
Man, it's always a privilege to be able to play with your brother. I remember I got an opportunity to play with my older brother all growing up in high school. So, man, it's nothing like being on a team with your teammate for life, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's a really good feeling.
So with that being said, like, what kind of describe to our audience here? What's it like to be a Coweta Tiger?
To be a Coweta Tiger, you got to be a tough kid. It's really great. Fans here, the community here is lovely. They love you. You're gonna have fun. That's all. I don't even really know. It's a tough question for me.
All right, so all right, let me ask you this. What's it like to play in the Coweta Tiger program?
It's okay. That's like answer. This one is a really good question, actually. What's it like playing in the Queen Tiger program? It's really great. We got great coaches. They're gonna lead you in the right direction. Most programs don't start lifting until you get into high school, but here at Coweta, we actually start lifting in seventh grade, and so you build that strength up. You get stronger, quicker, faster, stronger, and then the fans here are great. They're loud. They encourage you. They want to see you succeed all the time, on and off the field. So, but other than that, it's a great community to be around. Great fans, great coaches, and great teammates. I think we probably got the best. I think I got the best teammates in the state for sure.
So, with that being the case, go back to some of the things that you just mentioned earlier. You said your coaches are great and the program, the physical. What is it going to take for you guys to kind of have like the successful season that you want to have? I mean, and kind of use some of the things that you kind of described within that answer.
For us to be successful, I know everyone knows that we lost in the quarterfinals like 5 years in a row. So for us to get over that hump, we just got to take it one game at a time. I think we sometimes get too far down the road instead of preparing for the opponent right now. So I think we just need to worry one game at a time. Trust our coach's game plan. Don't get selfish, and we're gonna get the job done.
So individually, what are you going to have to do to kind of get over that to help your team get over that quarterfinals hump?
I just gotta lead my team in the right direction on and off the field, make sure everyone's, in the right mind space and not getting to the point where we're all getting too selfish. So that, eating dinner with each other, going out having fun, just keeping that team bonding going, keeping everyone focused in the film room because we got the guys that do it that's on the field. We just gotta make sure we're keeping our minds right and doing what we need and doing what the coaches ask.
All right, before we let you go, let me ask you this question. I've seen some of your highlights and I've seen you play, but what kind of quarterback would you describe yourself to be?
I would say that I got some pretty strong arm. I use my legs, but I think my best ability is keeping my eyes down the field while I'm scrambling. So I think that's my best ability is keeping my eyes down the field is the main one. But if I had to describe myself as a quarterback, someone I would say like most people say Lamar, but I don't really see it. I think he's just really a freak athlete. But I would go with Jalen Hurts because he can move, but he also has a great arm.
Hey man, that's some good good circles to be in right there. Jalen Hurts, leading the Eagles right now, also
Yeah,
undefeated.
yeah.
So with that being said, what's the ultimate goal for the Coweta Tigers this year?
We want our ultimate goal is to win the state championship for sure. That's
Is
is always the goal.
Well, Mr. Starks, I really appreciate you for joining us today, and good luck in leading the Coweta Tigers down to that gold ball chase, man. It's y'all are doing a great job thus far, and continue with the success.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks
having
for,
me. Also,
thanks for joining us, man. Next up is Michael Knight from Prep Red Zone when Ford High School Weekly continues. Well, guys, it's that time of the week again. Michael Knight from Prep Red Zone is here with us to talk about Oklahoma high school football. Michael, how's it going?
It's going good, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, man, it's winding down. We're getting close to playoff time here in the state of Oklahoma. So, what's the latest news?
Yeah, I mean, you look at we're going into week 8 this week, and the playoff races are really heating up. A class that I'm getting more and more obsessed with is Class 5A. We talked a little bit about it last week, where there's, I think, 8 teams that could legitimately go on to win the state championship. So my eyes are kind of peeking over there to Class 5A. This week, there's a great slate again. Carl Albert, fresh off that win over Bishop McGinnis. They host Guthrie in another top 5 matchup. And then a battle of unbeatens in northeastern Oklahoma as Grove travels to Collinsville. The defending champion Cardinals have been playing outstanding, and they'll get a good test from Grove coming in on Friday night. So I'm really, looking at Class 5A as being, the top class right now, or at least the most competitive, the most entertaining when the playoffs roll around. But man, the district races are heating up right now on the website. We also are in the middle of our ranking update. This week, we just released our 2025 rankings, the top 75 sophomores in the state of Oklahoma. Next week, we'll have 2024. The following week, we'll have 2023. So it's a busy time of the year, but it's a great time of the year. It's also, starting to get, you see the hoodie on, it's starting to get a little chilly out there. The sun is going down a little bit earlier. That means playoffs are right around the corner, man.
They certainly are. You mentioned about that top 25 list for some of those sophomore kids that are playing. That's always an interesting thing for me to witness on Friday nights when you're seeing these young guys participate and make a big effect on their team. So who are some of the sophomores that you guys that are aware of that kind of either surprised you or that are making a big impact right now?
I gotta tip my hat to the quarterback class right now in 2025, and a lot of people know about Shaker Reisig, who's now at Union. People are becoming more aware of Jamarian Ficklin, who's at Muskogee, and then Edmond Memorial quarterback David McComb. Those 3 guys are outstanding quarterback prospects, and I think that this 2025 quarterback class has the chance to be one of the better quarterback classes to come out of Oklahoma in over a decade. You maybe go back to David Cornwell, Justice Hanson. They were in the same class, but you have 3 guys, and then throw in Grady Adamson from Deer Creek. He's a guy who's on the rise as well. So quarterback in the 2025 class is incredibly deep right now. Out in Weatherford, CJ Nixon is another guy who people need to get acquainted with. He's going to be a high-level prospect. And then you have some of the guys who are already on the radar. Ryan Grayson from Beggs, Ravy and Larry from Idabel. And I've mentioned a couple smaller programs, smaller communities, but hey, it doesn't matter where you play in Oklahoma. If you can play at a high level, we're going to find you, we're going to know about you, and you're going to be able to go to the next level.
Yeah, that's one of the good things that's going on now with the new day and age of technology. All these kids that were in these hidden, kind of secret spots, they're all getting, attention and mentions because of the fact that the word of mouth spreads faster, like on Twitter and social media and everything.
Yeah, and see, that's how I found out about Ravy and Larry. That was last year when he was a freshman. All of a sudden I heard, halfway through his freshman year, they're like, have you heard about this kid from Idabel down there in southeastern Oklahoma? He's a running back, and he already has legs that are essentially tree trunks. I mean, this kid is really impressive to watch, really a fun, dynamic player. He ended up taking the #1 overall spot in our 2025 rankings, so he has a bright future ahead of him. But there's some really good football players out there, and it's not just in the metro areas. It's not just in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. You can go just about anywhere in the state of Oklahoma and find some really good football, not only at the team level, but there's going to be some really good individual talent out there as well.
All right, before we get you out of here, we can't let you go without talking about the 6A division. Everybody is curious about your opinion on what's going on over there, especially with things winding down and getting closer to the playoffs. So what's your thoughts on 6A and 6A2 and everything that's going on within those teams?
Well, I think when you look at 6A1, man, it's really hard to say that Bixby and Union aren't on a collision course for one another. There's some other teams that might be in the mix. Norman North has played well. They got a big road win over Jinx. Jinx, they're going to get healthy. Like, I know that they haven't had the most impressive season, but they are the two-time defending champs. And last I checked, they know how to win games in November and December. So they're going to get healthy. They're going to right the ship, and they're going to make things very interesting. It's really hard to see anybody else but Bixby and Union ending up in the state championship game, facing off against one another. Bixby might still have that winning streak still intact, looking for another gold ball. Union trying to win their first state championship since, I believe, 2016. And then you look at 6A2, and now that Bixby is out, 6A2 is going to be really fun in November. There's some good football being played there. You look at Stillwater. Stillwater's undefeated. They've looked great. Gage Gundy, Noah Roberts, Heston Thompson. They got some standouts on the defensive side of the ball as well. They look really impressive. Booker T. Washington is another team kind of similar to Jinx. You know that they're going to be in the mix, but they've kind of had a bumpy road so far. They're hosting Muskogee this week, and Muskogee has to be one of the best stories of the year. They were 2-8 last year. They're undefeated as we head into week 8, looking to potentially clash with Stillwater in week 10 in a battle of two undefeated teams. And then Choctaw and Deer Creek, they just met earlier this month, but I think both of those teams have a chance. I mean, we just saw Deer Creek make a run to the championship game, and Choctaw, they have the best quarterback in the state in Steele Wassel. So, I think 6A2 is definitely more wide open than it's ever been now that Big Bad Bixby is up in 6A1.
Well, Michael Knight, thank you so much for joining us today, man. And if anybody wants to find you, where do they go to?
You can follow us on Twitter at PrepRedZoneOK, and then check us out on the web, PrepRedZone.com/Oklahoma. And when you do, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to use coupon code KNIGHT25. That's KNIGHT25. That'll save you 25%. Like I said, we have our prospect rankings being updated throughout the month of October. 2025 just come up this week. We have 2024 next week, and then the senior class following that. So we have everything you want on Prep Red Zone, Oklahoma.
Thanks again, Michael Knight. I'll see you again next week.
All right, man. Looking forward to it.
Highlights of undefeated Muskogee taking on Tahlequah are coming up next here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. Last Friday, the Tahlequah Tigers went to Muskogee to challenge the undefeated Ruffers in a Class 6A2 battle.
Pretty much all Muskogee, a lot of offense out of the Ruffers tonight.
Yeah, and they were all over the field getting it done. There you see across the middle, a nice touchdown, and boy, they're just so high-powered. And right here, you see him coming right back was Tahlequah. And these two teams are going back and forth early, but just too much Muskogee. This guy Beasley right here. Look at the cut. Look at the hole right there. Now turning on the wheels. You won't catch him. And I mean, this offense for the Ruffers is electric. He said, I've done it once. I'll do it again right here. And watch the little fake right here, little juke. Hey, can't hold on to him. And now he's coming right at you, turning on the wheels, picking them up and putting them down. Beasley came in and was electric for this team. Really stepped up big. Now, you know who that is. That's the Chick-fil-A play of the game right there. Ficklin, the quarterback, getting it in. Hey, celebrating with his teammates. And they come right back. Little flick. Now watch this hit right here, Zig. Coming up, going through, tacklers, turning on the wheels, able to get in. And Tolbert able to get it in for the Ruffers, and they just kept it going. Tahlequah wasn't going to stop. You see our Jelko Workman right here, 95 yards, picking him up and putting him down, getting downfield, 95 yards for the touchdown. Beckman able to get into the end zone. It was no quitting Tahlequah. They kept fighting and fighting, but too much Ruffers right here. Here's the hit. Here's the boom I'm talking about. Tolbert say, boom, get through and get to the end zone. Big time right there. And the Ruffers, they just kept pouring it on. Now McGee gonna get out to the outside, gonna stretch out, get into the end zone for the touchdown. And boy, Muskogee getting it done. Very impressive win. You look at the stats right here, rushing 365 yards at 144, passing 195 to 188, first downs 25. Ruffers got it to 15, only one turnover in the game. The Tigers had that one, but boy, got to show up them penalties. 11 for 105 for Tahlequah and 13 for 110 for the Ruffers. Both teams will want to improve on that, but Muskogee very impressive with the win, 48-13.
Remember, only the best in Oklahoma, like Kylan Starks, make it to Ford High School Weekly. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I'm Gianna Made.
Ford High School Weekly has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma.